Ugh. Morning. So I have the horrible habit of leaving mustache wax in my mustache when I go to bed, which means a lot of times my mustache ends up looking something like this monstrosity. And unfortunately, this just will not do, and I do not have time to use wax remover, letting the oils soak into the mustache so that I can go about putting more wax in. So today I'm just going to show you guys my quick way to get the mustache at least somewhat presentable. And how I'm going to be doing that is with a few items. One of them is the wax that I happen to be reviewing that month. This is the extra firm stash stick from Mountaineer brand. And I also need a comb of some type, as well as a heat source. In my case, it's this really old blow dryer. Now the first step is to warm up the mustache so that the remaining wax is a little bit more pliable. And now that we have warm wax, I'm just going to go ahead and comb through that stash with the comb here. You may end up actually pulling some of that wax out of the mustache from the day before, and that is okay. I would suggest to go ahead and just wipe it off on a designated wax cloth or a paper towel or something. Now you're going to want to make sure that you really comb through those areas that had an extra large glob of wax. Now the goal here is basically just to kind of break up those larger wax chunks that are in your mustache. Now as you can see here, it's already looking a bit better. I got this side, kind of curling, so that's good. Sometimes you'll wake up with your mustache going the opposite direction, and because you laid on it for a while, it's not gonna necessarily want to come right back. And in that case, you may end up being SOL and having to use a mustache wax remover and washing out the mustache to kind of reset those hairs. But if you don't have that going on, or you are able to just kind of maneuver those hairs back in place, by all means, you can go ahead and do so. Now at this point, because there is still wax in the mustache, I'm going to take much less wax than I normally would for a new styled mustache or a clean mustache. I'm going to take about half of what I normally would for the first go. And then you just apply it like you would any other time. Now as you can see, one side of my mustache is definitely curling better than the other side, which is okay. I'm just going to go ahead and keep working that wax through both sides. It may also be that you need to change up your style a little bit from the day before. Like I had much tighter curls in this last night, and today I could very well just go with a much lighter, more loose curl. Unfortunately, the tips of the mustache need a little bit of work here, so I'm going to just put a light coat on both of those and comb through it just to get a little more loose look. Having a few hairs that are not cooperating is going to be normal in this situation, so you may end up having to just kind of finagle them a little bit more than you may need to otherwise. And then it just really comes to making one side match the other as best as you can anyway. And there we go. I'm gonna call that close enough for the day. I'm not going out for too horribly long, so this should last me okay. Now there are a couple of things that I do want to point out. That some waxes, you may end up with little white beads in your mustache. That is probably just wax. And if you have that issue, you're gonna wanna hold the mustache just where you want it and put the blow dryer to it to melt those little pieces of wax again, and you should be okay. They shouldn't reform once they're melted in a bit more. And obviously my stash doesn't look the greatest. I got a bunch of hairs sticking out over here, and same with this side here. It could look a lot better, as well as the mustache is kind of thin right now to take care of that, you can just kind of pinch the curls, which flattens out those hairs a little bit to give it a little bit more volume. Now, is this ideal? Absolutely not. Should I get up earlier to be able to properly do my mustache? Absolutely, but I can't be perfect. I hope that these little tips helped you out, and if you've got any more tips, make sure to leave them down in the comment section below. Now, to see the last mustache care video that I did, check out this video up here. Down below, that's going to be a video that you may enjoy as well. Until next time, as always, you have a good one.